I live in a wave. I die daily. I come back on a little raft of salt. I am little. I am alive too. If you pass me, I will say goodbye. To your body, I am only an instant. I am terrified of drowning. What made you think I wouldn't be? Hi. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy to be here reading poems. Well, are they poems? This little book that I wrote that is available over there, and it's technically available right here. It doesn't feel like a book of poems to me. It feels rather like a book of little glitches, like little blips in reality, which I so often experience, what with my constant fear and constant joy at the same time. It's like looking at a picture, not at a screen, but like a picture in an album. And it's like people you know and you love, and you're looking at them, and then for just a second the faces are out of focus, and then you look again and they're back to normal. That's what I feel like most of the time, and that's what these glitches are for me. I'm really excited to share them with you. But first, I decided since my book is called Actual Cloud, I would share with you actual cloud facts throughout the evening. And these are very scientific, and they're very accurate, and they're very true. And I hope that you come away knowing a little more when you entered, because who said poetry is not meant to inform? Nobody. Cloud fact alert. A cloud is a large group of tiny water droplets that we can see in the air. Very great. This poem is for my best friend Lindsay, who couldn't be here tonight because she lives in Portland. And Lindsay is very important to me. She is a person that I feel very connected with in a way that I've never felt connected with a person. Like, we very often just text each other in pictures. We very rarely use words to communicate feelings. And it's really nice to just not have to talk, but be able to talk to a person. And so this poem is for her, wherever she is, Portland. For Lindsay, for Anne, for okay, for okay. To become an else, a distance must be made. Look, moisture, and now a cloud. Look, ghost, and now you and your longness of using a way to breathe. Mountain to the end of you, quiet, quiet, and the air breaks sparkless until a new kind of kindness forms you. Cloud fact alert. Clouds are formed when water on Earth evaporates into the sky and condenses high up in the cooler air. This next poem is for my friend Jessie, who is also not here, but she is not in Portland. Isn't that funny? And she tried to give up smoking, and she failed. But I was really proud of her for trying, and this is about that. And for all of you who are maybe trying to give up smoking, or trying to give up anything that is not the best thing for your life, I'm proud of you for trying. Fall Free. It's called Fall Free because she really likes Tom Petty. Yeah, and Free Fallin'. To make Fall Free. A little inside look into the poet's work. So happy to be here. You can't make jokes about windows. By you, I mean one. By one, I mean my hands are the most confused part of me. Everything is too much of itself, smokeless and improving. You know absence has no style. What else can an animal accomplish before leaving? In a moment, I see a bird I don't recognize, and in another, all I'll remember is the vague light, cradling what the nights can't hold correctly and never could. What are the odds of that? Cloud fact alert. Clouds don't have blood in them. Right? Thank you, Lynn. Has anyone played the video game Fez? No, one person has. It's a video game that is really beautiful. It's like an 8-bit video game where you're this little man and you're trying to get all these bits of cubes to make cubes. And the way you solve these puzzles to get these cube bits is you rotate the world, the level that you're in, to look at the world in a different way. And I played this game for many hours last year as a way of escaping lots of things that I wasn't ready to deal with, like my mom getting older and sick, and my grandmother getting older and sick at the same time. And then one day my grandmother called me to just say hey and wanted me to come hang out with her for a little while. And I'd been playing Fez and I had to stop to go talk to my grandmother, which was a blessing for sure. After playing Fez for 3 hours, I bring cigarettes to my grandmother. I broke this spectrum with my teeth, or else it broke in my hands. My sense of touch gone like the rest of the incredible sky. I am sorry for my bewilderment, but not for my wildness. If you could come back, you would be a different sight entirely. If I could leave, I would ask you to show me the way. No cloud fact. This poem is about my clumsiness. I run into doorknobs a lot, and a lot, and it hurts. And I don't have a real perspective on what shape my body is in, and I think I take up more space maybe or less space at certain times than I do, and this is about that. Like I'm being hypnotized. A bruise blooms on my hip. I run into doorknobs. I can't stop thinking about the departure of me. What is different from death? The petals have been roughed these past few months. I read this moon is an egg. I read owls are the most responsible birds. Atoms don't ask for anything, not even respect. My city is beginning to crumble. I have spaces reserved for feeling. It was snowing just now, even though the sun is out. Two things happening at once. How else would I live? Cloud fact alert. Most clouds form in the troposphere, the lowest part of Earth's atmosphere, but occasionally they are observed as high as the stratosphere or mesosphere. Great. This poem is about the first time I went to Portland, and maybe it sounds like I really love Portland, because I've mentioned it twice now. And I do. I love Portland. It was a really nice experience for me, like coming down an airplane and seeing all these beautiful trees. And I wish everyone had the experience of approaching trees. Yeah, isn't that great? And this poem is for all the people that are there who I love, and all the people there that I who I don't know. It's called If You Bloom, You Wave, for Claire, Katie, Rachel, Jenna, Steph, and Matt. Don't worry, you don't know them. Fog in me, you, not new either. A map folds 3 times, asks me in my whisper skin. Sitting with fogs, I can't see my trails. I look down from me, new. A paw folds 3 times, show off our ghost circuits, show off what we don't know. A tree cracks the moon, and this is why we are welcome. You are welcome in this fog skin. Whisper as you fold 3 times and replace whatever replaced this wretched, incredible sky. No cloud fact. This poem is for Tilda Swinton. Anyone like Tilda Swinton?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, she's ooh. Hey Tilda! That sounded like I was trying to trick everyone to look back there, but there's a book he's holding up. Even when he's put it away, don't look back. It's nothing to disappoint me. Okay, this one's for you, Tilda. Faces have become such a phenomenon, like clouds, and leaning against the air. Do you know how important geometry is to the standard of glowlessness? Which isn't to say lonely. Nobody has ever said lonely without immediately forming a connection. Something more than weather. On this planet, you make another planet, and people leave for it, with their skeletons and each other. How strange it is that we used to spend so much time breathing. Cloud fact alert. Fog is a stratus type of cloud that appears very close to the ground. Fog. This poem is for my mom, who can't be here, and she's really upset about that. Hey, Paula. And Lane was here taking pictures because she was calling. She called me right before I headed over here, and she was really upset. She was like, I just hate missing your shit. And I said, it's fine. And she said, I didn't ask you to tell me it's fine. I just wanted you to know that I hate it. I said, thanks, Mom. And then she said, I love you. That's my mom. But this is for her. All your limbs are phantom limbs. Even the smoke settled in your knuckles. It's no longer about me knowing I can't make this pretty. No more broken clocks. Here's a hallway, but no explanation. Why you wince when you sleep. Why you learned there is a difference. You have begun to use your sea legs before you need to. No water here. There is so much earth it can make you tired. Mountains are tired. You are tired. Whoever told you either was impossible has begun to crumble too. No cloud fact. This poem is from my friend Jeremy. Does anyone know Jeremy Radin's work? Some people do. He's a poet, and he is one of my best friends. And he was going to come. Sounds like all my best friends could make it, is what it sounds like, but that is not true. All my best friends are here, in front of me. But he is really important to me as far as like being a poet and a person who was uncomfortable with being a person. And he thought this was happening last week, and he sent me this email. I was like, I'm so sorry I couldn't make it. Listen to this tonight. I said, okay. And he sent me a recording of a poem he had written for me. I listened to it, and I emailed him back, and I said, why tonight? And he was like, what? And I said, you told me to listen to this tonight. He said, oh, when's your reading? And I said, next week. And he goes, oh, well, fuck that up. Sorry, listen to it next week. And I did before I came here. And it was equally great. It had a lot of dogs in it. I like dogs, I guess. I guess a lot of the time it depends on the weather, as do I and you. When I get home, what I want most is water. How does this impact my relationship to fire, if at all? My body fades over miles, and still I need people, even if I can't. I didn't think about ghosts today. I guess I'm more than my fog. I'm allowed to be in the air around the spaces I already am. Cloud fact. Alert. Where are you? I can't see you anymore. Can you see me? This next poem is about men. You're great. Remember men? How they feared a world unwhittled by anything other than quiet. When I'm quiet, I spill. I sleep until I am gardened, and what a wreckage is taken from me when I listen. I wake and love waking, perfectly divided by the sun. Myself I am petaled, and remember, the earliest beaches weren't beaches. They weren't horses either. No fun fact. This poem is for my best friend. I know I've said that a lot, but this is my real best friend. And I haven't spoken to him in a long time. And I just hope he's okay wherever he is. Neon in your fists flickering, splintering harmlessly, the things you spent time holding, like people. But mostly your knuckles, flickering against any door worth tearing down, your head nervous with snow, and no, I don't mean that, but collapsing is a perfect response to temperature. I mean, thank you. Thank you again for each time you think you can save yourself. Whew, sorry. Might need a second. No cloud fact. But I want to thank you all for coming. This is really a big deal for me that I wrote a book. And I was thinking today, like, what my childhood self would think if I told him that we wrote a book. And he would say, cool, Pokemon's more important. True. But I certainly hope that he would be proud of me. And so thank you to Malvern for letting me be here and feel out loud like this. Thank you to Sam, Elaine, for reading. Aren't they great? Clap for them. Isn't clapping great? Slapping your meat grips together and make noise because you like something. It's great. But yeah, thank you so much. You two are incredible, and you two are really important forces in making me feel comfortable here. So I love you both very much. So this last bit, and it's going to be a bit, it's going to be pretty, it's going to be a journey we're going to take. Partner, she is, my bless you, she is, she's my best friend. She keeps me grounded when I so often tend to float above being alive. And I wish she was here, but she can't because distance, it's an animal that doesn't mean to hurt you, but it's got to eat. Yeah. So this was originally published as a chapbook called Tandem, and it's about two beams of light that are moving towards each other at the same time, however fast or slow light takes to arrive somewhere. And I would like to say that these poems have nothing to do with Adele's new hit single, Hello. I want to say right here now that I wrote these poems first. So I apologize if the song is in your head because of this poem. Has anyone ever heard that song? Oh, it's gonna wreck the world. Sam disagrees. Shaking his head. We'll talk about it later. Another time. All right. This is for Ricky, whom I love. Hello. You are in a world. Can I say the same? Atmosphere can only do so much, so very much before hatching. Your bird head is so responsible, I can touch your hair and be a part of a good kind of weather. When you say the word glitch, I begin to believe it. Hello. I am growing a whale in my belly. When I can't sleep, she wanders through my body, exploring this strange world she's been thrown into. You put your ear to my mouth and listen. You say, inside you is glass melting, which is almost true. I am an ocean now. I miss you. I miss coming back. Hello. You are brushing your teeth. There is a reflection of the moon. Which president does it most resemble, I ask? From another room, possibly the kitchen. You say, Joan of Arc, who just happens to be my favorite president. The moon, meanwhile, has told the trees of this planet, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I ask you, are you scared? And you say, of course not. Joan will protect us. I say, you are right. I say, good night, Joan. You say, good night, Joan. Hello. You are made of diamonds. Let's walk through a door or two. Let's allow our skin to light up, much to the night's chagrin, but this isn't correct. You are not made of diamonds. You are holding me, and it feels like less than a century has passed. I'm beginning to believe in your softness. Yes, let's try to go back where we were, or at least keep going where the light reflects, until our greatest accomplishment is to bear a striking resemblance to it. Hello. I'm using my limbs like I like them. I open windows with them, and trees appear with their correct desperation, and my shadow slices another day apart from the rest, showing me it can be nice to be a building of birds. You know this, how to listen close enough from these branches and almost hear people. Hello. I am a little thing today. I am watching the wind without looking at it. I am ignoring the word God because the sun is enough. Its arms making dust out of me and my little body. Today I am okay with the interference of windows. I think about them with my entire head and am better for it. I think I can't stop moving my little body around my little heart. But it's okay too. It's enough to make a day. Hello. You are running with your head full of apples, full of a river of apples, and wolves too, just like a family peeling the summer back because nobody is patient anymore, me included. I can't wait to be eaten by whatever waits to eat me. You are still running though. My voice is too loud for everyone else to bear, especially the bears. When you come back, I'll tell you quietly over a warm cup what kind of door you look like and how different that is from the kind of door you really are. Hello. I'm in this car now. I'm driving towards mountains because I love them, which is the correct thing to love. which is one of the few reasons I trust the engineering of things, another example being a neck. And I cannot pinpoint why, but I'm reminded of a lake I swam in a lake once. I don't remember the moon, but I know it was there. And I also know it hasn't moved since, which isn't like me in this car, like those mountains, so impermanent. Even now, they are moving with their dumb human hearts away. Hello. You are holding a scorpion in your hand, which makes sense because of all of this heat, but it is getting colder, as it often does throughout the year. You are placing the scorpion in my hand, which makes sense too, because right now I'm filled with sand. I'm not a desert. Don't misunderstand me. I am simply a person worried about breathing. Hello. I'm watching the light patch from the slit between your teeth. In this century, our torsos, hammered with purpose, escape us. Anyway, I have a question. Will you sing my horses to sleep? I will build a tree to hold onto the sun for you. You don't even have to sing. You just let your tornadoes do it for you. Hello. I'm angry at the moon. Do you believe me? I guess dying comes up when I look at the sky. You've told me time and time again, never look for answers in something that has never had flowers bursting out of it. And now my mother has made a cake for us. I could cry, or I could do anything else. Hello. I'm putting birds back together. I'm doing it wrong, and I'm sorry. I get distracted by smoke and love on the same day. I can't stop stopping in doorways. You predicted a new sky, and I believe you. And I want these birds to have a shape they can finally trust. Hello. You are giving the tearing sunlight something to do. An unviolence of freckles. Before too long, or before not long enough, everything will be paper or ashes. We will hold our faces, overcome with the days we have proudly nailed down. Maybe we can build another skeleton of light. Maybe people will say it looks like us, clumsy with joy before carrying it to another dark place. Hello. I'm being severed by teal light. I'm exploding into the formation of trees because this is what dying means and has always meant. If I begin to snow and make a wedding or a blood bank out of this warm, warm world, surely you will manage to stay a part of it. Hello. You are trying to forget the petals in your spine, how they left you bent in the wind, how you wanted to grow up to be a hurricane instead of a garden, and the moon is coming through the branches with its head full of blood. It could kill us if you didn't know better. Even if you can't be better, you are taking off your lantern face so you can sleep, so you can grow your trees taller than a thread. But it's morning. And what the dogs digging out from your dirt can't dream is, it's morning. Hello. I'm standing beneath an upside-down mountain, the clouds gray and gone, which isn't necessarily a sadness. You see, when I think of my days spent being torn apart by moths, it's difficult to treat the dark like anything other than a bird, learning more and more how to be as flightless as we are. Hello. You are being bent by light. Your collarbone is now a new city, populated only by the reflective bodies of pigeons. I can see the city from this mountain I am dying on. The feathers bright enough to be burning. You're burning, I'm burning. Are there still flowers here? I ask you, give me an answer while the smoke becomes the sky. Hello. You are being made into a ghost. The trees have already taken your face. Perhaps birds will come with nests or lives or some undiscovered sound. And yes, I'll die here in the forest of who you always were. And yes, I'll come back with dirt on my skin and air. You want me to come back with lanterns. You say, watch everything this world made of us crumble and be eaten by a bird other than grief. Hello. You are losing this room to a flood, to a swell. Branches don't matter anymore. I'm counting particles because I depend on them to bury me. And my sunrise wasted and holding on to me, and you, doors, my darling, our mouths are doors. Hello. I am allowing myself to reach my full airplane potential. The island I am flying toward isn't an island, but a roar we can live inside of. But nothing can be a house anymore. Touch my shoulders and I forget what sky is. I ask you, what is that glowing? You say, we are expected to be here. We are expected to leave.